See, told you we had sponsors.
And now back to
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Want to thank Piers Morgan for coming in today. That was a great debate. That was a good debate, huh, Jimmy?
Great.
I said great, actually. It was a great debate.
I liked Piers a lot. I thought, I enjoyed.
He's controversial. I like that.
It kind of went into the. I wanted to talk to him more about the other stuff, but that gun thing was so interesting. It was like
There's just so many things you can bring up with him.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the middle of this shit for a while now.
I don't find him to be unreasonable with certain things. Like, he's less unreasonable than I thought he would be. Like, as far as not wanting people's guns removed from their homes and all that. But
he does, though. Just like no one ever says they want to take your guns away. No one. And there are people that want to take guns out of people's houses, but they can't. So they say, we don't want to take your guns away. Then meanwhile, they figure out a backdoor way to do it. Like in New York, like I said, try to go into a gun store in the state of New York and buy one of these horrid AR-15s. You can't do it. Now, in essence, they've taken away your guns. They've taken away your option to choose a weapon that is available in other places in this country to defend yourself like you would want to, like the police come to a crime scene and protect the people around them and protect themselves with this type of weapon. I want the ability to have that same right to protect myself. You cannot do that now in New York. They have, in essence, taken away that gun from the people.
Man, he got to you.
Oh, fuck. He
got
to me.
you.
by the way, I think we're all
Listen
missing.
how excited you still are.
I know. I get wound up.
We're all missing the very good point I made.
It was a terrific point, Jimmy.
About why don't you question the motives of a rapist or a child molester?
Exactly. Yeah.
The same way.
Dare I say it was brilliant?
They don't. When it's a gun murder, they want to pin the blame on the gun more so than whatever the person did, who they were. When it's any other crime, you pin the blame on the person. It's an astounding turn of events.
Even though, to be honest, I loathe the NRA. I love you, but I loathe the NRA.
I am the NRA.
I hate, but Wayne LaPierre, I think, is a pig, and I really do have a visceral hatred for them.
Yeah.
So I agree with him on a lot of the stuff he was saying. I just happen to like you very much more.
Aw. Thank you, Jimmy.
You guys should hug it out. Hug it out. More importantly, Iraq has not left his money.
What happened?
He refuses to leave his money laying around.
Guns kill people, I think, are very bad. I think you just give them up.
Sal was in there getting so pissed off running the board.
Why?
Because he thought that Iraq was taking care of personal matters, but Iraq was just sitting out in the hallway for the whole Piers Morgan segment next to his money.
He should open it up and jump into like Scrooge McDuck.
There's cameras all over, too. No one's going to take your money.
You know how long it would take to steal 255 pounds of quarters?
Karen, no one's going to take the money here.
A lot of people saying that I shortchanged Iraq. That he
Iraq's one of them.
Yeah. Iraq is one of them.
A lot of people saying I shortchanged Iraq, saying that he weighs more than 250 pounds. I'm over it now. All that guilt, all that shit is done.
Yeah, you paid it off in quarters.
You know.
Very nice.
That's it.
Oh.
And you're going to get a W-2.
It's taxable to you. Holy shit. Take one of those boxes and...
There was...
Yeah, if I did a corporate check there, you would have been taxed.
Right.
There was, honest to God, some questioning going on out in the hallway about whether or not there would be some kind of check after the show, as in, like, that was just for the air. Here's a little...
That's it.
If that...
I was like, the guy sitting in front of $5,000 cash is asking if there's going to be a check.
That's tax-free money.
Yeah.
That's like getting about 8 in a check.
Iraq is not happy with the...
no, he is not.
He's not, right, Sam?
Absolutely not. And that's honest.
You want to grab him?
What are you going to do?
He's annoyed.
That's great. I got a Sudoku to finish. Yeah, bring in your money.
Bring the money in.
Bring in the 250 pounds of quarters.
Filthy money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got a thing.
And it is, Kenny did tell me the accurate number is 255. It's 255 pounds.
255 pounds of quarters being reeled back into the studio. Can you make a pyramid on the console so we get a nice shot of this? No one has got a good picture of this thing.
That's too bad.
Just put the fucking quarters up there. Do a pyramid. Just do it for the show. Eric. Is Kenny going to allow you to have the hand truck?
I'm borrowing it for the day.
Oh, Kenny, you pussy.
Here, put them back on. We all want photo ops.
I don't.
Photo op.
You reckon you're going to do it?
At any point, did you think it was getting a little too heated with Piers Morgan?
No. I
Not at all.
Know why?
no, it was very civil.
No, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
I do have follow-ups. Because what happens in those situations, and it happened to our good friend Jesse Ventura there.
Yeah.
Like when someone is in over their head, that's when they get all weird and fucking either march out or threaten you with physical violence. He knew he had his facts that he could.
It's a different.
hang in there.
It's a different.
Because
head
I saw
too.
him getting mad.
Well, it's not
and
his
I saw you
show.
getting heated, but you both had enough knowledge.
Wherewithal.
right. To your point that it kept the debate moving along instead of getting to that tough guy territory that happened with Ventura.
It's weird too. It's not his show. Like Piers on his show, he does get a lot more in the people's face. He calls people names a lot more. He won't let people talk really. In
think he
this
lets him talk.
situation, he had a lot of times he was cutting me off a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
that was the only thing I didn't like. Was he interrupted it. I almost said like, don't let, because a couple times there's a debate tactic. Like if I ask you a question and you're answering it and you're taking a second, if I jump in with a follow-up question
before I'm done,
as opposed to allowing you to give a lucid answer to the first question.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really get to finish my whole Second Amendment,
Nonsense.
militia versus individual versus militia argument.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that amendment's worded, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's so easy to figure out.
Well, I don't know. I also wonder aloud when you said that's how they intended it. Even if that is how they intended it,
Yeah.
fuck them. Like I don't know.
Well, then fuck them on freedom of speech.
No. I'll tell you why I say that. Because if you say they saw it coming and they worded that anyway, then they were dumb. Like almost like I don't want to pay the price because they didn't understand how bad things were going to get.
Well, they knew. No, they knew and commented on the fact that you can't trade freedoms for safety in this country. It's a very silly thing to do.
And I wouldn't want to. I agree with you.
It's so why would you then put these safety measures in place on an amendment where it says shall not be infringed? Like it means shall not be infringed, not shall not be infringed except for this or that.
Can I ask you this? This has always bothered me about because the argument was, well, that was the like when you talk about slavery or you anyway, we say, well, that was just the time America
smile.
was in. Yeah, like such a creep. But the argument, like when you say, like the same time these amendments were written and drafted, or the Constitution, they owned slaves,
Right.
and the argument is, well, that was just the time. So how come that argument doesn't apply for when this was written? Well, that was just the time. Like, why is the barbarism or the piggishness of slavery allowed to be written off to the time,
right?
But a possible error in thinking with this is not allowed to be written off to the time?
One of those is taking away a person's right, and the other is giving them, not even giving them the right, acknowledging what is supposedly your God-given right. The amendments, your rights in the Constitution are not the government giving you these rights. They are just the rights you have as a human being. So when you have slavery, of course it shouldn't have been allowed because it's taking away people's rights to freedom. So that's why that could be changed. But the right to bear arms and defend yourself is one of your inherent rights.
But just the hypocrisy, the embarrassing hypocrisy of that.
Yeah,
like, it's
but
embarrassing.
There's embarrassing hypocrisies that we're living with today.
Sure, and we don't take them seriously. I don't respect the people, and I respect the founding fathers.
But you can't throw out everything just because.
Of course,
there's some glaring hypocrisies in this country.
I agree, but the people who hold on to like the verbatim. The wording at that time, they don't say, well, that was the time. But when you mention slavery, like these were slave owners, so how seriously they write it? It's just a selective.
You can't throw out the baby with the bathwater, Jimmy.
I
Oh God!
don't like to throw out anything.
I hate Craig.
I try to save everything.
Oh, good, Craig.
I save newspapers.
So
I
happy
save
that you
magazines.
do that, Craig.
I save wrapping paper.
Oh, Craig is the worst character.
It's still a fun debate.
Yeah, it was.
I liked it.
I'd wanted to talk to him about the gun issue for a while. Yeah, the Trayvon thing, I kind of wanted to get into that a little, and how the news handled that, and how they didn't acknowledge the fact that Zimmerman was assaulted after the verdict came in. All they talked about was the unarmed teen that was murdered, and it's like, oh, that's right, he was punching this man in the face, and the news completely dropped that part of the argument. The editing of the various audio,
there's so much
things like
behavior.
that.
The press
is deplorable, and of course that's his. You don't shit where you eat.
Sure.
So I don't think he's going to really get into that and acknowledge how poorly the press. Look, you know how I wanted to mention this, but he fucking kept going off. Do you know how I want mass shootings covered on the news? Like they used to cover it on the news when they only had a half hour for the whole newscast. And you couldn't dedicate entire hour block programs to building these people into anti-heroes.
Or villains, actually.
It was a news program. They gave you the facts. They gave you, that, and that was it. We didn't have to dig into every aspect of this guy's life.
Yeah, and the thing about trying to figure out why he did it.
Well, leave that to the police.
But it's also an excuse because, if the guy just jumped up and down and went like and threw rocks at people, you wouldn't question why he did it. You'd go, look at that crazy fuck.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with these guys. And when he said, should we not name him? My initial instinct was to go no, because it's not important, because they're not looking for him because he's caught, unless you're hunting. But I get why the press would name a criminal. I understand why they would name him. But the first day or whatever. But they just. They perpetuate it and they push it forward because for them
it's hours.
It's their business.
It's business.
Hours and hours.
It's rated. It's all about ratings. We all know that.
Then when the news,
whoa, this is collapsing here. We got to take this off.
Then when the news portion, when the news portion is done, they go with these fucking hour-long programs. You get Greta gets on, and then this one and that one, and they cover the same stories over and over. The guy's face, the killer's face, is up on the screen longer than would ever have been before the 24-hour news cycles,
and that motivates people. And the FBI has proven that it does because they're going out.
That's been proven
in a blaze of glory. They want to go out making a statement. They want to go out being heard.
Yes.
So when you print, the only person I agree with them printing the manifesto of, and this is what started it, was the Unabomber. It was because it helped them catch him.
Yeah.
They didn't do that afterwards to glorify him. They did that because they had these writings and they thought somebody might recognize the writings. That helped them catch him. So that's the only reason that they did that.
Because they saw him on his one-wheeled bicycle.
The Unabomber. That was a good one.
No, it wasn't.
I know it wasn't.
No, it's terrible.
I know. It was good for me. I mean, just to hear it.
Of course. Yeah, that manifesto.
But I mean, that made sense because that did help them catch him.
Yeah,
but as far as getting in the mind of a killer, not interested. Yeah. He's a crazy fuck. That's it.
And let law enforcement learn why he did it and paw through his manifestos and stuff so that they have a better idea for maybe next time. It doesn't need to be splattered all over the fucking news. If you want to search it out, I think it should be available to you.
But getting in the mind of the killer is good for their business. But that's what he doesn't want to.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to acknowledge that. He wants to make it seem like it's all just a news
public
program.
Service or something.
No,
don't try to bullshit me.
No, it's great for ratings. It's great for the advertising. We're all stupid enough to watch it. As much as I yell and scream about it, of course I'm watching it.
Exactly.
But that's good for their fucking business, and absolutely it's a separation from true news.
When he said, because people might be watching it and saying, "Hey, I know that guy. I want it to go." Are you saying that with a straight face?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But again, I know why you're doing it. The press thing I would love to have talked about more than made love. My Vice show is today, by the way, if anybody cares. I'm not saying you guys leave.
We gotta leave. No, we better leave.
No, I don't mean it for that reason. I'm not rushing you out of here. It's your show.
Holy shit.
I'm only promoting it because the phones don't ring for the first 5 minutes if I don't promote it.
Jimmy, I wanted my wife to fuck a black guy while I watch, but she won't do it.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
I love those calls.
Exactly. You make them.
I like Jimmy's advice show. It's fun.
By the way, nobody touched my fucking tennis balls. I use them to rub my back on.
All
What'd you call? Oh.
You initialed them, so that should keep the people away.
No one touched my balls. He used it to rub his face on. See, because I'd have my balls on your face.
Yes, I would enjoy it. I guess that's the implication. Yeah.
I can't read
noises.
Like
Sorry.
Snuffleupagus.
I can't read E-Rock. What's the deal?
He's
happy, right?
No, he's legit mad.
No,
E-Rock, comment?
He's legit mad.
Yeah, he was mad outside
legit to
during
quit.
the
Oh, man.
Piers Morgan interview.
Oh boy.
He's annoyed. He's texting his wife.
Oh jeez. Do you know what this motherfucker did?
This Jew motherfucker.
I bet he wrote. Do you know what this motherfucker did?
No, I did not do that.
No?
You're right.
You happy?
Son of a
You
bitch.
probably wrote, you were right, honey.
He said that he thought you would skim a little off. He didn't think you'd skim this much off.
Whoa. So he's a little more upset with the amount than the
He's much
delivery.
more. He's very upset about the amount.
How much do you think
Well,
would
you
have been
should have gained more
appropriate?
weight.
Would you have gone? Would you have been good with $7,000?
Yeah. I think
Wow!
so.
Wow!
Get the fuck
he
outta
thinks
here.
7.
He said, number one, that's not what he said he would do, and number two, what the fuck am I supposed to do with all these quarters?
I don't know. Go to a
Spend
bank.
them. Video arcade.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So wait,
Kenny and me are just telling him to go to a coin store.
You could get a kill screen.
Yep.
That many fucking quarters. Hell yeah.
You just buy the machine.
Well, you could do that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Why is he smiling so much if he's not happy?
Because he gets
He likes
all,
the
like-
attention?
He does like the attention.
And now he's going to be the talker around the hallways today after we leave?
Scuttlebutt.
But he's also in a weird spot because up until this moment, he was in this spot where he had like an authority, at least on a moral ground, over everybody because he had been wronged.
Right.
Right.
And he kind of had everybody over a barrel.
Yeah.
And now
It's over.
it's kind of unraveling, and he realized he's not going to go to the company now and be like, well, I need a promotion, or he's not going to go to you and be like, well, I need more money. He
Right.
realizes $5,000 in quarters is what's,
that's the end of it.
That's the end
it's
of it.
the end of the road. You're in a cul-de-sac.
and like he wanted
It's
more
over,
than-
Johnny.
Better get out of it or something.
Fuck yeah, or a scrotum. Go ahead, E-Rock.
I thought it was very thoughtful
Thoughtful.
after crunching the numbers.
You had to crunch him a little bit.
Anyone could just write a check. That's silly.
Yeah, you gave, and you knew his weight.
I did.
Oh, that was incorrect too. But
All
Are you
right,
sure you're
then
saying he owes you a little more?
So you owe me some money then.
I'm torn
not
on how
yet.
to answer that.
Yeah.
Right.
How much was I off by?
Huh?
A box? Give me a box back.
That doesn't matter how much you were.
Give me a
off.
box. I'll give it to Travis.
You weren't off by 25 pounds, I don't think.
Yo, Travis, if he gives me a box back, it's yours.
How come Travis gets the box?
Because he's a nice guy.
I'm really nice.
No, you're the devil.
Oh.
That is true.
So E-Rock, what would it take to make you happy? I want E-Rock to be happy.
It
I
don't
want
matter
Opie to
what
be
it
happy.
takes
No,
at
no,
this
I'm just
point.
curious.
It's over.
I just want to know.
I got a clear conscience.
What would it take?
Frederick Hughes is looking down on me today, and I get to sleep better at night.
Jim is counting his bucks right now.
He was just showing me what he
I
has.
don't, no, dude, I have $80. What would that's for me? I'm not exactly showing this off. I had more last night, but cum had to leave.
I had to get rid of Cumsies.
This is, I got to say, Colin Flaherty. He wrote White Girl Bleed a Lot.
Okay.
Return of Racial Violence to America.
About black on white.
Yeah, it's about black on white crime and rise of black violence in
Are
this
they
country.
selling that in bookstores?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
they are. And online, of course, Amazon and whatnot. I like this. They have these scans on various pages that you scan with your phone and videos pop up.
That's genius.
So, yeah, it's like all these pages.
That's the way to. That's
have
the future.
scans. So now you could read about it,
Right.
And then you scan this
Was that the
Wow.
first book doing that?
code, and you could see like assault a pregnant woman. We got Marine attacked. So he could write about it, and then you could watch the various videos.
I did this in my book,
Brilliant.
actually.
No, you didn't.
I did. For certain members of the TS community. To go to her /?marks website.
That's great.
E-Rock, the money picture's doing very well on my Instagram.
Oh, I'm good. I'm happy for you.
It's doing very well.
nice.
Opie Radio on Instagram. It's getting some fucking views.
E-Rock's okay now.
Kenny and me reminded E-Rock, too, that the real pleasure of the whole thing is that you skimmed a little off the top, you gave your friend E-Rock what you thought he deserved.
I had to take a little taste.
Take a little taste.
After crunching the numbers, I had to take a little taste.
But what's nice is...
Why do you have to take it?
What's nice is
because this was time taken out of my day.
Tribute, like in the old country.
And you know how much we make about an hour, so I had to take a little taste.
You got to take a taste.
I took about 15 minutes.
and you
I took 15 minutes of time.
can now put the video of you giving him the quarters on YouTube.
It's a strong move.
Make a little of that money back.
You know what? If people fucking sit through a few fucking commercials, I could break even on this with that video.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fucking great.
So everybody's a winner here. Congratulations to E-Rock on the quarters.
E-Rock's a winner.
Congratulations.
For once in his
to
life, he's a
Opie.
winner.
Do you feel like a winner, E-Rock?
He's not smart enough to understand what happened today, but he will eventually.
I think
He will eventually.
Opie was probably just responsible for what like a game show winner would get.
That's exactly what it is. I won a game show prize.
You get the flight and you get the hotel, and they're not going to pay for everything.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You got a little more than the flight and the
I
hotel.
think you're right.
You know that, Ant.
So he should thank you.
Ooh,
Yes.
he said no.
I think I paid for his Simpsons day as well.
Oh, God.
Which was so annoying to hear about, but I had to sit here and just bite my lip.
It didn't look like many people were at the Simpsons thing when you were there.
Yeah.
There was not many people at
More
any
people were
of
at the
parks.
O.J.
Really?
Simpson theme park.
Me and Jimmy talked about that on the way home. How awful that sounded.
I just couldn't
We're
do
just
it.
not in that world.
Yeah.
No.
No, not in that
I
world.
couldn't imagine sitting there and
Happiness.
having a fucking no. See that?
Having a beer at Moe's?
Yeah, no.
Having a flaming Mo?
God, no. Why?
No? Flaming Mo.
I think it'd be
Getting
cool.
on the phone and listening to the pranks and stuff?
Yeah.
No?
You're dead inside.
You're dead inside.
You got to update your references. I'm a happy man these days. Everyone knows it. They see it.
He's smiling, for the record. The Opster is smiling.
It's a psychotic smile, but it
Yeah.
is a smile.
My Mike.
My Mike. Hey, my Mike.
So do you have anything to say to the Opster before we go in reference to the $5,000?
Opie and Anthony have left the building. But Jim Norton is not going anywhere. If you have problems and a phone, it's your lucky day. The Jim Norton Show is next.
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.